Hello, thank you for watching A Country Girl's Cooking. I'm so sorry that I had to do this in three parts. My phone does not have enough storage, so I had to do it in three parts. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoy my video. Thank you. Well, I'm back. Did y'all miss me? So, I have let this dough rise for a little over an hour. I went downstairs and was watching some preaching, and I always fall asleep when I'm watching TV. Do y'all do that, or is it just me? So, here's my dough, y'all. See? Isn't it pretty? I wanted to tell y'all what I was going to fix with this. I've got some chicken tenderloins, and let me put a paper towel under this bowl, y'all. Okay, let me show you what I got here. I've got some chicken tenderloins, okay, and I'm gonna they're frozen still, but I'm marinating them. I just put this situation together, but I am gonna add a little bit of olive oil to that too. Okay. I put salt and pepper on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's about 6 tenderloins in there. Some of them are froze together. I put salt and pepper. I put a teaspoon of garlic powder. A teaspoon of, another teaspoon of garlic powder. Daggone it. Hold on, y'all. I thought it was onion powder, so I put extra garlic powder in it. All right, there we go. Onion powder. So, I thought one of them was, look at there, y'all. I thought one of them was onion and one of them was garlic, and I've got 2 garlics. Oh, well, it's all right. I put a half a teaspoon of paprika. Now, if you want to, you can put some basil and thyme in here. I did not want that today. It's whatever you like. I put 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground sumac. You can order this online at Amazon. It's a Middle Eastern spice. You don't have to. It'll be just as delicious, but I like the flavor of a little sumac. And then I've got some za'atar. Za'atar is also a it's a Middle Eastern spice. Comes in a little packet here, and I like these little cans. But I put about a half a teaspoon of that in here. Okay, and then I bought this. It's Greek style gyro or gyro for tzatziki sauce. It also on this packet says you can cook it with your chicken. I put about a half a teaspoon of that in here, and I do not have any Greek yogurt. If you've got Greek yogurt, that would be good, or sour cream. I used a little bit of buttermilk because I needed that little bit of acid. That's all I was looking for. And I put it all on top of this chicken, and I closed it up really good, and I just swished it around, okay, to get all those pieces of chicken coated, see? And they're frozen, and I'm going to let this sit out for a little while until it thaws, and then I'll stick it in the refrigerator because I don't think it's going to thaw completely in the refrigerator because my refrigerator is really cold. Okay? All right, now, I will put this chicken recipe in the description box. Like I said, you can buy plenty of Middle Eastern spices. You can make up your own. If you want to Google any kind of tzatziki, there's, there's a lot of different spices in tzatziki. It's garlic, onion, oregano, black pepper, lemon peel, lemon oil. But I also like the Middle Eastern spices too. and I love the Greek spices. I think I don't know, I like the way they go together. But I like cooking my chicken like this when I do pita bread. And then I'll make some tzatziki sauce too, y'all. I'm going to make that today with the cucumbers. Okay? And I'll probably have to use sour cream because I do not have any Greek yogurt. I may try to talk Randy into stopping by the store and getting some Greek yogurt. I don't know if he will. He's gone to mow. And when he mows 2 yards, he's pretty wiped out because they're big. They got a lot of land over there that he has to mow. So, with that being said, let's get to the pita bread, y'all. Okay? I'm going to move y'all over here so y'all can see. As you can see, it is over doubled in size. And I'm very pleased with this. It smells wonderful, and it's going to be delicious. Okay? Let me get a rolling pin. Now, you also want to take, if you want to bake these immediately, which I'm going to bake them soon, you want to preheat your oven to 500 degrees, okay? That's got to be hot. You can use a pizza stone. If you've got baking tiles, you know, like the terracotta looking tiles, you use that. If you don't have either one of those, take a big baking sheet, flip it over. So it'll be a flat surface, not one with the edges because you want to slide it in and out. And just put your pan in there, get it good and hot. Because when you put these, I'll show you when we flatten these out and put it in there, it's going to puff up. And you don't leave it in the oven, but just like a minute on each side, 30 seconds. You'll see, they will puff up, okay? All right. That creates the pocket. That hot heat, all of a sudden, creates steam inside of the dough, and that's what causes the pita bread to have that pocket in it, is that burst of heat. And everything's got to be hot, y'all, okay? So don't forget that step. All right, I'm going to get me some flour. Dough come off my bowl over here. Okay, now, you need some extra flour. Just sit your little pile of flour right here. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to turn this dough out. Look how pretty that is, y'all. I wish y'all could smell it. So we're going to do half right this minute. Okay. That's probably, let me see. I want to do half, not... Okay, I'm going to take this dough and put it back in the bowl, and you want to cover that back up so it won't dry out, okay? So we're going to cover that back up with that stained old clean towel. And we're going to sprinkle a little flour. All right, now we're going to make, I think it's 8, I think. I left my recipe, my thing downstairs. 6, 7. Let's see. I think he said do it into 8 pieces. So, and you know, some of them might be bigger than the other ones. It's okay if it, you know, if it is. I'm trying to take a little bit off every one of them to make this extra one, y'all. Okay. So while we're working on this one, we're going to set these aside. And you can make them ever how big you like, okay? That's up to you. And I'm going to get a paper towel. And I'm just going to cover this up. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Now, you want to take it and you want to, like I've showed you with the rolls, you want to turn it kind of inside of itself. It doesn't take much. Okay? And you want to make it smooth on top. See? You want to make sure it's pinched. Then you just want to keep your hand open. Don't squeeze it. Just kind of roll it gently with your hand open, like that. You don't want to press it. See, you barely want to do it. Just to make a little ball. Barely. That's all you got to do. Don't, just keep your hand open. Don't mash. And that's it. See? There's your one. Okay, we're going to do another one. And we're going to turn it inside of itself, because that's creating a little bit of air and stuff. And texture. Just for a minute. You don't have to do it much. Then you want to pinch it, and then you want to roll it just a little bit. Okay? I'm making slightly big ones. You don't have to. All right, we're going to do that again. It's sort of like when you make rolls. Okay? You want to make sure it's smooth. See? Pinch it together. And just do that. Hands open, no pressure. You just rolling it around, making it smooth. And I know I've got some that's bigger than others, but that's okay. And I'm covering it with a paper towel so it won't dry out. And I do have some that's big and some that ain't. And that's okay. I think this is fun. You could do it with your family, your children. I think I need to add a little bit more to that one. We're going to set that one aside for a minute. But it's something fun that you can do with your grandchildren. I just think it's very relaxing. Roll it around. No pressure. Light as a cloud. See? Okay. Do another one. Make sure it's smooth. Pinch it and kind of roll it around. No pressure. We're just trying to make a ball. We don't want to flatten it yet. Okay. Let me get a clean towel and put over this. Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna have to split these two evenly. I'll do that one in a minute. Okay. You just want to make it smooth. Pinch it. See? And then barely touch it and roll it around. Until it's smooth. See? Until it's like a smooth ball. Alrighty. These are going to be smaller, I think. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to pinch it. Well, that one ain't smooth. Got to make sure it's smooth. Here we go. And then you're just going to roll it around. Just tuck it in just a couple of times. Just tuck it in. Then squeeze it together. Make sure it's smooth. Pinch it. And roll it. It's not hard. And I know a lot of people work and they're like, I'm not going to spend my time making that. Well, I tell you what, if you made it, you would be so proud of yourself, and it tastes delicious. Okay, let's cover those up and let me get my oven started, and while it's heating, we'll roll out the rest of them. I'm back. So I got my oven on 500. Put my pizza stone in there, and it's clean. It's just old. I scrubbed the heck out of it last time I used it. And, you know, they fade and they get stained, this, that, and the other. So I don't want you to think it's dirty, because it's not. I mean, I scrubbed it to death. Okay. Now. Hold on a minute. Okay. Now I've got a pan here with some parchment paper on it. And I'm going to put a little flour on it. Okay. Now I'm going to take one of my balls of dough here. Keep it covered up. Okay. Now you want to flour it really good. Okay. And when you roll it, I'll show you. Start in the middle, okay? And go back and forth. Start in the middle, go back and forth. Don't put a whole lot of pressure on it. Don't roll it, don't put a lot of pressure. Roll it gently. Gently roll it. And don't run over your edges. Don't go like that and press your edges flat. Because if you do, it probably won't puff up great. That's been my experience. Okay? Now, I'm going to cook these first, because I want to see how, if it's the size I want it to be. And I may make those other ones bigger. So we're going to let that set, and that'll be fine. Okay. Now you want to make sure it's good and floured. Okay. And then you want to take this and set it right there. Like that. Okay. Then we're gonna work on the next one. And like I said, these aren't humongous pita pockets. I might make the other ones, like I said, bigger. We'll see. Gently go from the center out. Try not to work it too, mash it too hard. Especially the edges. You just don't want to flatten your edges to death. Let me show you an example. See, you don't want to flatten them to death. That's why you want to do it in the middle and just go back and forth, and that will give you the size you want. Okay, I'm going to flour it. Okay, and then I'm going to lay that one there. I'd like to get me a really skinny, smaller rolling pin. I like rolling pins. I don't know. I've got a few. I want to get me a glass one too. I think they're so pretty. Or a ceramic one. Just for looks, probably. I love rolling pins. Randy's daddy, the first year Randy and I were together, his daddy bought me one for Christmas. Because he liked my biscuits, I guess. And it's a KitchenAid, and it's really heavy. I don't use it a lot, but I do use it. Okay, there we go. All right, we're going to lay this one right there. That's why you want to put flour on it, because you're going to lay them together. You don't want them to stick. Okay. All righty. These, I'm excited, y'all, because I love these. They are so good. It's good to make just just put vegetables inside of it and eat it. Just cucumbers, chicken salad, egg salad, anything that you want. Any kind of luncheon meat, turkey. Oh, it's wonderful. And if y'all live in North Carolina and you want me to make you some, I will make them for you. I will. And if y'all know of anything you want me to make, I've got to get a post office box because somebody wanted to send me some recipes. I'm going to get a post office box. But if y'all want me to make anything, I think I've got my email address listed. Leave me a comment and I will try to make what you asked me to make. I will. If you've got a special recipe that you've come up with and you want people to know about it or you want it to be seen, I mean, I've got 337 subscribers. I definitely will share it. I would do that. And flour is not going to hurt this, because you want them floured. I ran out of the all-purpose flour when I was putting this together, and I had to use a little bit of bread flour. I don't think it's going to hurt it. We're going to see. I don't think it will because it wasn't that much. But bread flour just has, and I guess it would be fine because bread flour has more protein in it for a better chew, so I think it'll be okay. But I ran out of all-purpose flour on my fourth cup. When y'all saw me dump the bag, that's when I ran out. Okay, look here, y'all. And it's just, you can mess with it. It's not going to fall apart. All right, I'm going to flour that one really good because I got to lay it on top here. All right, I got to cover those up too, so they won't dry out. Okay. Now I've got 3 more of these left. I'm going to roll these out, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I transferred those. I want to keep them separate so in case they want to rise more before I bake them. So that's why I'm doing that. You don't have to, but I like to do that. So now, if you're going to use a pizza stone, guys, once the oven reaches 500, don't do it immediately. Let it get hotter, because it takes longer for that pizza stone to get hot all the way through. So I would probably let it go 15, 20 more minutes for that pizza stone to get heated all the way through. And if you're going to use a metal pan and turn it upside down like a cookie sheet or something, then that would be fine. And you can definitely use an upside down cookie sheet, like something like this. You can flip it upside down and use the bottom part of it and let it get good and hot. And then once it reaches 500, then you're good to go. You can put them in there. You don't have to wait for these to rise, okay? They're ready to bake now. They will puff up. We want that stone to be really hot, so when these discs hit that pan, it creates that steam in the middle, and it causes that steam will be in the middle, and it'll puff up and create that beautiful pocket. So, okay, y'all. All right. I'm waiting on the oven. Now, in some of my other videos, I have explained the different types of yeast. Okay? I used active dry yeast today. You can use quick rise. It does matter, but it still does the same thing. Some of them might take a little longer to get to the place you want it to be, but it's still yeast. Actually, you don't even have to use yeast. You can actually make your own yeast. You can use honey, and you have to make something called a chef, and a chef is a ball of dough. And you can use cumin, a little bit of cumin and water and a little bit of sugar. Mix it up with some flour and make you a dough ball. And knead it, put it in a dish or something, cover it up, and in just a little while, yeast will develop. See, we have yeast all in our air. A lot of people don't know that. And it develops its own yeast. Sugar, honey, but this part is called a chef. And I'm going to do that one day. I just hadn't got around to that part yet. I've never made a chef, but I would like to do it. And I've known people to use honey. I've got to really look and see everything that you can use, but I know you can use cumin and you can use honey. And if you don't have any yeast and you're not in a big hurry, you can make that chef, and it makes great Italian bread. It does. Making your own yeast. And like I said, it'll pull it out of the air. It will. Now, guys, you don't have to do this in the oven. You can do it in a non-stick skillet. I just came up the steps. The issue with doing it in a frying pan, it won't puff up as good as it would in the oven. It'll puff up, but in the oven, you're getting the bottom heat and you're getting all this top heat. In a frying pan, you're only really getting the bottom heat. So it's not going to create a good... It's going to create a steam pocket, but not as good as doing it in that heat, the heated oven. I'm sorry, y'all. My allergies are rocking in a new world today. Okay, I wanted to tell y'all that a yeast chef, CHEF starter, it refers to really a sourdough starter. It's a natural leavening agent used in baking primarily for sourdough bread, but you can use it in anything that needs yeast. In ancient civilizations, obtained yeast for baking and brewing through natural methods, primarily relying on the wild yeast present in the environment. They would capture wild yeast by allowing a mixture of flour and water or grape juice and grain to ferment naturally. Wild yeast in the air, you can Google that and it'll give you all kinds of things that you can use. But I've seen it done with cumin on Julia Child. I have, when he was doing bread. But I just wanted to share that with you, okay? And like I said, you can cook these on a hot pan. I would say medium high or high. Get your pan real good and hot. I would not grease it. Just put your pita bread on that. It's got to be a good non-stick pan, a good heavy bottom non-stick pan. Now my oven has went off. I'm not sure if that stone is good and hot yet. I'm going to check it. Now we're going to see if this one rises. And that'll let me know if the stone is hot enough. You don't want to open the door once you put that bread in there. Throw it on there, close the door immediately. You don't want any of your hot air to escape. But I think y'all can see it through the window. See, it's puffing up. And it takes a few minutes. Now, if it don't puff up the way I want it to, it's not hot enough. There it goes. See, y'all? See? Isn't that wonderful? Look at it. I love it. Keep on going. Keep on going. Isn't that beautiful? There we go. We got a pita pocket. Was just born, y'all. Isn't that great? So now I want to flip it. Take tongs, because you don't want it to burn, and flip it. And the air will go out of it. It may come back, it may not. But we know we've got a pocket now, see? There, it's coming back some. But you want to let it cook about a minute and a half until, when it pops up. You don't want to overcook it because then it'll be too crispy. You want to keep it, non-crispy. So now I know that the stone is hot enough because it made that pocket. And guys, sometimes you will get one that won't puff up. It may happen. Don't let it discourage you, because it can happen. I think this one might be done enough. I'm going to get it out. I could have probably got a little bit more color on it, but I think it's fine. All right, I'm going to throw 2 more in here. Just throw it on there like that. Like that. And just shut the door. And it's going to take a few minutes, and you'll start seeing it get bubbles in it. Let's hope these puff up. Sometimes, like I said, some of them won't. Just give it a minute. Just make sure you keep this oven door closed, because you got to retain that heat. All right, it's going to be rising in a minute. You start seeing them bubbles. See them? I hope you can see it. Here it comes. That's why you don't want to crush the edges of your dough. You don't want to crush them too bad. Now the oven's hotter, I can tell because it's getting browner. That's why you put it inside of itself. You're creating some air in there and making it smooth. And you have to roll it from the center out. That helps it do the pocket. Here we go, y'all. And if you find that it doesn't rise and it starts getting really brown, just go ahead and take it out. You can still use it for flatbread. Isn't that neat? That one looks like a turtle, y'all. Look at the head on it. Look at there. Now that one didn't rise as high, and that's okay. It's still got a pocket. I may have mashed it too tight. I don't know. Sometimes it does that. You want to flip it. Try not to bust it. Just flip it like that. And let it cook another minute or so, and then you just take it out. Look at here. Look at there. It smells so wonderful. Let me cover that up. Let me sit you down right here for a minute. Cover that up. I love making pita bread. I really do. Because I know it's going to taste so good. About a minute and a half. Because you don't, like I said, you don't want to overcook it. Because you don't want it crispy unless you really want it crispy. Okay? And then you can lay them on top of each other. It's not going to hurt. Look at there, y'all. Isn't that beautiful? Look at there. All right, I'm going to take another one. Let's try that one. All right, I'm going to let y'all watch one more, and then I'm going to finish that last one, and we're going to roll out the other ones. I've got some more over there, too, I've got to cook. I just wanted to show y'all exactly what I do. And while that one's baking, look here. It's just really hot. I wanted to let it cool. See, you got your pocket. Look at there. It's so good. It is delicious. Wow. Can't beat it. You can make any of the Mediterranean dips. I love Mediterranean food. There we go. That edge that's not rising, I may have pressed it too hard. I don't know. It might go ahead and rise. There we go. I love it. Okay, I'll be back, y'all. Now, all the flour that I've got on this pita bread, you can take a little brush and just brush it off. But you want that flour. It is so good. I know a tablespoon of salt seems like a lot to put in the dough, but I believe it could have used a tablespoon and a half of salt. But you need that tablespoon of salt. Now, I got a better color on these because the stone is hotter. I could stick these back in there and brown them a little bit more if I wanted to. But I did brush a little bit of the flour off of this one right here. My handle come off. I don't care. I can put it back on. But I just took and brushed some off of it. I just didn't want it to stick, you know, while I was waiting to cook them. And don't press it. See, that's got better color. See that one? See? And I'll put the other ones in there and, you know. Okay, shut the oven. Every one of mine has risen. I'm so excited. Puffed up. And when it gets good and hot, it doesn't take long. I hope y'all are enjoying this. I really wanted to share it with you. If y'all would hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. And one thing, I had 43 views and only 10 people hit the like button. I think people forget or they just don't like it. I don't know. Now, when you take one pita out, or your first batch, you don't have to immediately put the others in. Leave the oven door shut for a good 5 minutes and then place your other ones in there. That'll help heat it back up. Because when you open up that door, believe me, a lot of heat comes out. See, that one might be stuck. And that's okay. It could be where I had pressed the dough down picking it up. I don't know. But it still has a pocket. And then I'm just going to flip it. And I'm not going to press it when I'm not going to put them down. I'm just barely, you know, getting it in the tongs. There we go. Just a few seconds. And are we finished with this first batch? I believe we are, y'all. I'm looking around to make sure. Look at that. And I got flour all over my stove. Look at here. I don't care. So I just put some more in here. The ones that I had already baked. I just want to brown them a little bit. Now, you know the dough that I put back in the bowl, that was half of the dough that we made. This is the other half. It has risen some more. Look at there. Isn't that something? It's getting hot in here. And they like the warm. All right, I'm trying to get it even so I can make the right size. And you can make them smaller if y'all want to. It's totally up to you. Let me see something. That's about right. And if you want to be precise, you can use a scale. I don't have a scale, so I'm just going on what I got here. And I might make these a little bigger. I think I will. Okay. I gotta roll these, so I'm just trying to make them bigger. You can make different sizes. It's totally up to you. All right, that's what we're gonna do. Cover those up. Get a little bit of flour. And I'm gonna slow down on the flour too. I don't think I need to use that much. They said, you know, use a lot of flour, but I don't think I need to. All right, we want to put your dough, you know, tuck it in, because that's going to help create that pocket. Okay? These are going to be bigger, and my oven's still going. Make it smooth and pinch it. It's like you made a little air pocket in there. And then we're going to roll it around. No pressure. You know, just that light. Roll it around. Make sure that's sealed. Okay. All right, I'm going to make the rest of these, and I'll be back. I want y'all to, if you got any burnt flour left on your stone after you bake your first batch, just take your brush and just take some parchment paper or something and hold it and brush all that burnt flour off, okay? Because it will burn some flour, so that's why I'm not going to use so much this time. Here's the bigger ones. You just want to press it down. And sometimes it'll it'll spring back on you. And if it does, that's okay. Just keep going with it. Or let it rest a little more. Because I've been messing with it and it can get stubborn. The gluten strands have to relax. I'm gonna let that one rest a minute. Let's try this one. That one's a little selfish too. Let's see about this one. Let me cover them up. Let that one rest. Yeah, I just got through rolling them in the ball, and they can get a little hard to roll. So I need to let them rest. All right, I'm gonna let them rest a few minutes. Let's see what this one does now. All right, that's better. right, let's throw this one in the oven and see what it does. I had to clean that oven out a little bit with this brush. The stone, it had flour, you know, where the oven is so hot, the flour was burning. So, like I said, I didn't put any flour on that one. Okay, now that's better. Okay, here we go. It's doing wonderful. But you need to do it on 500, guys. 475, I don't, that might be a different recipe, but you have to have it on high heat. Because if you bake it on a low heat, it may not steam, and it will make your pita bread hard. And you don't have to use the part of the whole wheat. You can do totally white. It's totally up to you. And I will put the recipe in the description box. Okay? Now see, it's rested. See how it's easier to work with? Those gluten strands have relaxed a little bit. I'm keeping an eye on that pita bread. I don't know if that one's going to rise or not. It looks like it's trying to. I don't know if y'all can see it. No, you can't see it. It's rising. I need to go flip it in a second. That's about the same size. But I think that the whole wheat and the white gives it such a great texture. I really do. I've made just the all white, and it's really good, but it doesn't have the same texture as, well, I guess it probably, well, I mean, it's good. I really like it, but I like the texture of the one with the, you know, the whole wheat in it. All right, let me get that out. And I haven't made pita bread in a couple of years, so I know at least a year. So I wouldn't use as much flour as I did. I just was reading the recipe, and it said flour liberally, but I don't think that unless it's going to be sitting in your pan for a right good while, that's why you should put them in separate pans so they can sit individually and not on top of each other before you bake them. And then once you bake them, you can stack them because the pocket's there. It's not going away. And the air will eventually come out of it. But the pocket is still going to be there. Okay. I've got 3 in the oven, and this is my last dough ball. You live and learn. You know, you forget things when you don't do it all the time. So just don't use as much bench flour when you're putting them in your pan to bake. I mean, don't use some. And if, like I said, if your stone, it's going to be hot. And when you make your first batch, kind of sweep off any burnt flour that's on it, because you don't want it on your next batch of pita pockets. Okay? I've got one that didn't rise on one side, and I know why, because when I picked it up to put it on my stone, I kind of pinched it a little bit. I had too much pressure on it, and I think that might have had something to do with it. I don't know. But that's the one that I had kind of squeezed a little bit. I think because I almost dropped it too. So, anyway, and look at here. Isn't they beautiful? I don't want them too dark, because if you really get them, if you leave them in there too long, they will get crispy. And I don't want them crispy. If you want them crispy, you can leave them in there. Okay? It's made 16. It's going to make 16 pita pockets. See? It's got color on it. I just don't want it too dark because I want to be able to bend it, you know. Now this one didn't rise all the way, but it's still got, see, it's going to be hard if I left it in there any longer. It's got a little bit of a pocket. A little bit. So, all right. Can y'all see? You want to gently, you don't want to mash it, you want to gently take them and on top of your hand and just slide them on top of there. Okay, that's it. That's it, y'all. Now I'm sweating. Okay, y'all, here they are. Here they are. And that one's still got air in it, see? And it's gonna be delicious for dinner. I'm gonna keep them covered up and let them cool. And then I will put them in something. And now I got flour everywhere, see? I don't care. This is gonna be good. And I tell you something else, I love hummus. I like the garlic and herb, or the garlic, roasted garlic, that's what it is. And I like the red pepper. I think that's what it is, the red pepper hummus. Roasted red pepper. There we go. That's delicious with hummus. I've made hummus one time. So, okay, y'all, I'll be back in a little while, and we're gonna do some chicken, and we're gonna make some tzatziki sauce, okay? Alrighty, it'll be later. I gotta get me a shower, I'm sweating. Love y'all.